Hey guys, it's Hinda and welcome back to Cooking Fantasies. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the perfect recipe for lemon and buttermilk bundt cake with blueberries. It's so delicious and refreshing and moist and everything you want to have in a cake. And yet very easy to make, you just have to follow the directions and instructions. I will be giving you all along the video, so make sure to watch till the end. And I will also be showing you how you can make them in these little sweet forms instead if you want to make a different version. So let's get to it. Like always, I will be leaving you down in the description box all the ingredients you're gonna need in both grams and cups measurements. So let's get baking. We're gonna start by working the butter with the sugar. The butter should be very soft in room temperature. To which I'm gonna add the sugar and then the vanilla sugar or vanilla extract, whatever you prefer to use, and then add the zest of 1 lemon. Just make sure to add only the yellow part and not the white part of the lemon skin. Then add a little pinch of salt and beat everything together until the butter is well incorporated with the rest of the ingredients. Of course, you can use either a stand mixer or a hand mixer, it's exactly the same thing. And you want to scrape the sides sometimes and continue beating to make sure that everything is well incorporated before adding in the eggs one at a time while continuously whisking. I know I always say this, but you want to make sure that the eggs are in room temperature because we don't want the butter to get cold, and because this will change the consistency of your batter. And once all the eggs are incorporated, we're gonna sift in the dry ingredients, the flour with the baking powder. And then mix again to incorporate. You don't want to overmix, just enough till all the flour is well incorporated with the rest of the ingredients. And now we're gonna add in the juice of 1 lemon. So we have already added the lemon zest at the beginning. Now we're going to be adding also the lemon juice, not only because it adds to the flavor, but it also gives us more acidity, which kind of completes the whole lemon experience. So you don't only have the flavors and the aroma, but you also have the taste. And of course, it just makes the cake more moist. And then I will continue whisking till the lemon is incorporated, and I will be adding my buttermilk gradually while continuously whisking until everything is well combined. And this is the batter consistency you're going to end up with. It's not so runny, it's quite thick. Just make sure to scrape the sides and the bottom to make sure that you didn't miss any lumps. Now to prepare the bundt baking tin, you're gonna have to brush it with some soft butter or melted butter. You just have to make sure to get all the little curves and details, then sprinkle it with some flour, tap off all the excess flour before you start pouring in the batter. First, I'm gonna add just enough butter to cover the bottom of my baking tin, about 4 big tablespoons. Give it a few taps against the working surface or your counter. And now add in and disperse about a handful of blueberries. And I will be repeating the very same thing. I will be adding batter and blueberries in between until I finish all my batter. And you want to make sure to leave some space because the cake will still rise in the oven, so you don't want to fill it till the top. Once you have finished adding all the batter, give it a few taps against the counter and on the sides with the hands to make sure it's well dispersed and it gets into all these little details of the bundt cake tin. The oven should be preheated to 180 degrees Celsius, that's about 356 degrees Fahrenheit, and it takes about 55 to 60 minutes to bake. Now alternatively, but following the very same recipe and directions, you can make these sweet little cakes in individual shapes. which are very practical for children to take to school or to freeze or to present for a coffee. The thing is that because they are not cut into slices, they don't dry faster. You're gonna follow the very same steps. The only thing is that, of course, you have to adjust the baking time because they only need 15 times to bake. Or you can use the classical cupcake baking to make the most delicious lemon and buttermilk cupcakes with or without blueberries. And whenever you are using silicone molds, either for the big bundt cake or the small ones, make sure to always use a metal tray under the silicone molds because metal diffuses heat more evenly and it helps your cakes to bake better. And then wait for a few minutes until they are cold before you unmold them. Now back to our bundt cake. Once we take it out of the oven, we're gonna wait until it's cold before we try to unmold it. And to do this, flip it directly into your serving plate, then give it a few taps before you remove the baking tin. And believe me, this cake doesn't only look good, it tastes and smells really amazing. All the lemon and blueberry flavors plus the buttermilk, it's so soft and moist. I personally garnish it with more fresh blueberries and powdered sugar. If you prefer to, you can add some lemon glazing by mixing lemon juice with some powdered sugar until you get the glazing consistency that you will pour over the bundt cake. You're gonna have to try it very soon, and if you do, please let me know how it turned out. If you like it, if you still have any questions regarding the recipe, I'm always happy to read your comments. You can also share with me your cakes either on Facebook on my page Cooking Fantasies or in Instagram. I'm always happy to read your feedbacks. I think it's the perfect dessert or cake for summertime or actually any day of the year. It's so refreshing and delicious and rich. I thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the little bell to get all the recipes, and see you soon in a new video. Happy baking!